after you.
Hey guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. So today I'm actually going to my friend's apartment to shoot a video with her. So she's going to be telling us her whole process, how she got her funding. She recently got her funding. She will be moving to Atlanta to start school, Emory University, I guess. Yeah, that's the name of the school, Emory University, and she got funding. She finished her undergraduate. She did her OPT, that's optional practical training. Now she's going to do her master's, and she got full funded scholarship. Not full funded scholarship, but she got scholarship for it, which is amazing. So today Samridi will be walking us through her process. She asked for the funding. So you all stay tuned. Today's video is going to be amazing. And the girl lives in a luxury apartment, so I'll be showing you all what her apartment looks like as well. So yeah, everyone is coming with me. Let's go. Look, no, come back. Oh, look at her. She looks so cute. How are you?
Surfing waves into the night on the beaches of Hawaii. Drinks in Ibiza, anywhere you wanna go, baby, you just let me know. Sunny Indonesia, don't say no. Sipping on tequila, anything you wanna see, be there in a heartbeat. Say the words and we can go. We've got just one life, baby. So live it up, take it one day at a time. Keep it shining like the stars we see above. I wanted to be here by my side, my tropical love.
Later.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today I brought you all a fantastic guest. She's not really a guest because she has actually featured on this channel. I'm going to put the link somewhere there. I turned that into a Nigerian. If you don't know her name is Samridi. Yeah, so a very good friend of mine. So thank you guys for clicking and stopping to listen to what we have to tell you today. As you know, my name is Uju, and this is my channel. Today is going to be a story time. This is my pretty friend here.
Sipping that tea.
Yeah, she's the latest graduate student in town. I'll be shipping her off. No, don't hate her. It's actually well deserved, really. I'll be shipping her off to Atlanta pretty soon, like less than a month. I'm missing her already. I thought that we need to do this. She needs to like share her experiences, her processes with people. Okay. So, Sam, are you excited?
I'm really excited. I haven't talked about this. I didn't even get a chance to tell my friends because the lockdowns happened, right?
Yeah.
So I never got to celebrate. I never really got to talk to my friends about it. So I'm glad I'm getting to do that on your channel.
Share this video with everybody so they know.
They'll
okay?
know what's up. Yeah, how I did everything. For sure.
Okay, yeah. So here I have some questions for her that will really be helpful for all of us watching, right? So tell us a little bit about your background in the US, your citizenship, everything, education.
Yeah.
What has it been like?
Yeah, so I came here in the US in 2015. So right now it's my 5th year. I came here for college, like most people, for undergrad. And here in Colorado, I did my bachelor's in international affairs at CU Boulder, right?
Okay.
After that, I did OPT, which is, as you guys know, for international students, you get 1 year to do work experience, to find a real job who sponsors you. And that's actually where I met Uju as well.
Yeah.
At Greenpeace!
Yeah, that's
one of my closest friends.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So yeah, she was also on OPT. Exactly. So we both were on our OPT, and that's where I did Greenpeace, and I interned at another international nonprofit. And now, finally, I'm going to grad school. So this will be my 6th year in the US, and I'm just extending my student visa.
Yeah.
Like most people, I'm here on a student visa for 4 years. Now it's getting extended for 2 more years, and then probably again 1 more OPT. The cycle never stops.
It will. So okay.
That's my background.
Oh, that's good. So tell us why graduate school?
So it's really specific. Maybe you can't relate, but if you're an international student, most people can relate to this. It's more of a time thing. So our OPT only lasts for 1 year, unless you are a STEM major in science, technology, engineering, math. We're not. Neither of us are STEM majors, so we only got 1 year, unfortunately. And as you guys know, that's not enough time to get a real job.
It is not.
Because you need to prove yourself to the employer. You
Yeah.
need to do a lot of things, for them to sponsor you and pay for you and route for you, vouch for you.
That's a new, different video altogether.
That's another video.
Yeah,
we can go on for hours. This is all we talk about. But it's okay. At least we got that experience, right?
Yeah.
So, so I'm doing grad school because my OPT ended, and my next option was either to return back home, where I didn't think I had enough, work experience or even skills to go back and actually start a job.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not build more on myself, go to grad school, and it's never a bad option to go to grad school.
No, it's not. It costs more. It doesn't cost any harm at all.
Yeah.
Rather, it's just a lot of benefits by going to grad school. So how was your process like? I've done grad school, so I know, but I want her to share her personal experience, So how was your experience, the application? And wait, guys, the good thing is that I'm yet to mention. Yeah. Oh my god, I wish I have a bottle of champagne. She got seriously, her
crazy.
grad school is going to be sponsored. That is amazing. It actually feels good to go to school without having to pay something. So it's amazing. So tell us, how did you do the application process? Reached out, just tell us, what was it like for you?
Yeah. So as we were in our OPT and working for Greenpeace and the other my other organization, I had to already plan the next move, which was grad school, right? And I was having a hard time even deciding, should I do it? So there's a little story time now. I was visiting my parents in Fiji, and I was actually talking to Uju almost every day. I was having a quarter life crisis, a breakdown, and I was I don't know, contemplating life, thinking should I even do this? Because it's not a joke, grad school is a big deal. It's a lot of effort, time, money. They expect you to be very serious. You're trying to develop your professional career. It's not like undergrad where you're just let's be honest. You can chill, you can relax a little bit in undergrad, you can get away without studying, you can come to class late, you can come in your PJs. Your professor doesn't probably know your name, it's huge lectures. Now grad school is smaller classrooms, seminars, you're going to talk to your professor one-on-one, projects.
At times people might even be 5 or 6 in a class, so it's just very intimate.
It's very intimate, exactly.
Yeah.
The meltdown was all about whether I should do it or not. But thankfully, I had a good friend who was inspiring me, and my parents, they were giving me really good tips on, just you got to do the next step. You can never in life just pause and be let me see where life takes me.
This is where it ends. No.
Yeah, because if you do that, you will probably just stay in one place. Some people are really motivated and they might do something.
Yeah.
But for most of us, like me, I would have probably not done anything productive. So I thought, why not grow myself either way? Get some hard skills. what I was missing in my resume. I had a lot of soft skills, I had a lot of experience, but not hard skills that I, could go to an employer and be like, I know how to do this. So that's my grad school story. Now more about how I applied, right?
Yeah.
How I researched, like where to go.
Yeah.
So I literally Googled like what are the best programs for this kind of major, which is development practice, international development, international studies.
Okay.
And when I Googled it, there was a whole array of options in the US and also abroad. But I was like, why not stick with the US? Because, I already know the process, how to apply. I don't think I need a visa.
You've been here for like 5 years.
Yeah, it just was easier for me. And they have pretty good education. They have good education.
Yeah, we can't deny that fact.
Yeah, even though politically and everything is kind of messed up right now, but like education-wise, you can't deny that it's pretty good. So what I did was, I Googled the best options. I wrote down my top 5, 10 choices. Kept narrowing it down, depending on location, depending on professors, depending on their, travel, like their internship programs, whatever, all those different things. I made a huge graph where I just said pros and cons, and been very realistic. Like, will I actually get in? Like, would the school actually cater to like what my experiences, my internships, stuff like that?
That's actually a good one.
So yeah, if you guys want to start out with a big pool of different options, and then make it smaller and smaller and smaller depending on the pros and cons. And if you think you have a chance of getting in, there's so many, it's a long process, so you got to start early.
So like, how did you reach out for this funding? Because that's the main thing. I know you all are waiting to see, how did she get funding? So this is actually true. What is this? So she's gonna tell us. So how did you get this funding? Because that's the big thing now.
So for international students, even for just normal citizens here, funding is like a secret. Like, no school will advertise and be like, we're gonna give you funding. Like, and also like you can't just Google and find the sources. That's what I've learned, because for my undergrad, that was my fault. Like, I didn't really dig deep. I never dig deep, and I was like, oh, it's probably not there. For grad school, I was not gonna take that as an answer. I told you this. Like, I was literally like, I'm not gonna go to grad school if there's no money.
Let me tell you guys something. Like, Sam was like, I'm not gonna go to grad school if there's no money, and I don't know, at some point I felt that she doubted that I went to grad school with funding. She's like,
she got full funding.
Oh my God, she was like, how did you guess it? Are
full
you sure?
funding.
I want to see your letter. I want to see admission letter. Oh my God. I
think I did ask actually for like proof.
Oh my God, she
asked
asked for proof. She's like, no, you can't go to school. I'm like, oh Sam.
Because that's rare. Full funding?
Yeah,
mine is partial, but
I've been living experience like this happened. Like, she asked me a lot of questions, but anyway, I'm happy she's not a living testimony. You get what I mean? Like, she can tell, oh yeah, this actually happens. It's something. Sorry, continue.
So so it was like kind of a secret, hidden kind of thing. No one's gonna say that there is funding, because of course, as you guys know, US colleges is a business, right? They're trying to make a lot of money, and especially from international students like us. So I mentioned every time I spoke to them, whether it was their advisors, whether it was not the professor, like the
graduate coordinator.
The coordinators, the head of the program. Whenever I had any opportunity to talk to them, email them, Zoom with them, I always mentioned it. Like, in the back of my head, because you can't just say it one time, and this is like a tip that you should take. You can't just mention it once and expect that they remember that you asked for funding. You gotta ask like every chance you get, because it's annoying, but so what? In the end of the day, you might get the funding.
That's it. What's the worst that can happen? You either get it or you don't, and if you don't ask for it, you might never get it, because they're not like mini gods to know that you need funding. They might feel that you're a rich kid, whatever, coming from one country, so you just have to talk about it. You have to tell them that you need funding. Just tell them your needs, so to say.
Because even if they don't say yes or no, they might be like, try here, try these resources, did you look here? And that in the end helps, right? That's kind of what happened with me. So first of all, I kept asking every opportunity I had. And second thing I did was, the second thing is that when you get accepted to multiple schools, maybe the other schools give you funding, right? So you got to make sure that the school that you want to choose, for me it was Emory, was my top choice.
What's the name of your school?
Emory University in Atlanta,
Georgia. Atlanta.
So I told them that other schools gave me funding, and they were like, because that kind of, they don't want to lose you. So they're gonna be like, oh, since the other school gave you funding, let me give you a little bit more funding. So I kind of compared the costs and told them, hey, like, I might go to the other school if you don't give me money, and that makes a difference.
That's also a big secret right there.
Exactly. So that's another reason that you should apply to multiple schools, because one might give you more funding, and then you can use that as evidence of the fact that you need more
Yeah,
funding.
you need more funding.
Because you're gonna go to the money, and you can be you can be honest about that and let them know that you're after the money, which is not a bad thing because grad school is expensive.
It
so
is
they know that
expensive,
you're chasing the money, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, did you like write a specific letter for funding?
So I did not write only a separate letter for funding, but as you guys know, in the U.S. there's a purpose letter.
Okay, yeah.
Letter of intent or purpose statement, statement of purpose.
Statement of purpose.
There's many names for it, right?
Yeah.
But there you can mention that
You
for
can
sure.
mention, yeah. So she
there's
didn't
not
write
a
any
different letter.
different letter. It was just in the purpose statement. So I hope you all got that tip. Anyway, so what's your program? You say your program is in international development, right?
Yeah.
So why did you choose that program?
Yeah, the reason that I chose that program is because it kind of was calling my name. It might sound cliche, but when I read the requirements for it, it literally sounded like it was talking about me, and I was like, this caters
To your needs?
yeah, more than I need finding something that fits perfectly. That program fit me perfectly, kind of. If that makes sense. So all the requirements just sounded like exactly what I wanted to do in the future. So something that sounded like something I would be good at, something that matches my experiences, something that matches my internships and all the things I've done. So that's why I chose this program.
The program, which is completed 4 years or 5 years, doing something that you didn't really like. You can actually decide to go to grad school and do something that you actually like that can add value to your life. That's just something out there. But yeah, so Sam, being that you've lived this experience, you applied for grad school and you got funding. I'm so excited because you guys don't know, it feels so good. You go to
At least
school
you
and you don't pay. What tips do you have for our viewers, people out there,
Yes.
people who want to do this? What tips do you have for them? Yeah.
I wrote this down because this is really important, and I actually reflected this on myself, and I was thinking about this because we have so much time. So the first one is don't jump into it, right?
Okay.
So after undergrad, maybe people want to go straight to grad school, and that's specific to each person, right? Maybe they already planned this in their head since they were in high school, and they know exactly which schools to go to.
Yeah.
But for most people, like me, you don't exactly know, do you even want to go? Maybe you're having a meltdown, maybe you're having second thoughts.
Yeah.
So as I did the OPT, I took 1 year off, and that's literally why I got into grad school. The committee who decided me, they mentioned that. They literally were it's because of this 2 experiences that you had, mostly because of that.
That's good.
Especially because those two, both the international nonprofits, were 2 different, separate kinds of approaches. He was it's because you have kind of all these different experiences, and it looks like you know what you're searching for,
which is
which
good.
100% that helps. So if you're American, you have time. You're not in a time crunch.
Yeah.
Or whatever your citizenship status is. But the more time you take and actually think about what do I want to specialize in, what do I want to go into, because grad school can sense if you're serious or not. They can sense if you're passionate, if you're just doing it to do it. They can sense that. So yeah, more time is better.
Okay.
The second tip is plan way ahead. We kind of touched on this, right?
Yeah.
The earlier the better. Depends on the country. In the US, if you're applying to a what do you call it? Competitive university, it's earlier. The more competitive the university, the earlier the due date. There's early decision. There's, as you guys know, there's different deadlines. Usually, if college starts in the fall, which is August, September, the due date for the application is actually January, November.
December, at times December, November. Yeah.
No,
and another thing too that people should keep in mind, right? If you're international students.
Oh yes.
Honestly, our deadline is earlier than citizens.
Yeah.
That's the truth. For example, let's say an application deadline for a particular department might be July 1st. Okay, for international students, your deadline might be June 1st. That's the truth. So that's why you need to plan way ahead. Make sure you check the application deadline, and there are always 2 application deadlines.
Yep.
One for international students, one for actual citizens or permanent residents. Because for internationals, they believe that you're in your home country. They need to take a lot of time to decide. You need to go for your visa interview. It's just a whole lot of process. So you just have to plan way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that's a very good tip.
True.
Yeah.
My third tip is apply to less places. So this might not be specific to each person, but I was just telling Uju that if you're like me and you were kind of confused already, you weren't 100% sure, you were kind of in the middle, 50-50, and just trying to decide in that stage. Early 20s, we're always we have so many options, we have so many things we can do, we can change our mind, which is a good thing, It's a good thing to kind of second guess yourself. Not second guess yourself, but think twice and be am I serious about this? And think more. So anyways, applying to less places will make sure that you're 100% sure about like everything about each program, like head to toe. You just know everything.
Yeah, because grad school is like you need to know everything about the program. Even for international students, that's also a good tip for you for your interview, because they might ask you a question about, tell me about this program or something like that.
Why this program?
Yeah,
right?
why
specifically this program?
So you actually need to know. You need to own it. So you need to know the program.
Yeah. Because undergrad, I found that applying to less places and being really serious about it, being really intentional and real with yourself, like 5 schools maybe is good. I think I did around 5 schools.
5 is good.
And you know exactly what each program is, and you don't have to freak out and change your essay each time, change the interview each time, because it's fine if you're like that and you like a lot of options. But if you're like me and you want to save your stress and your mental energy and just not overwhelm yourself, then do less schools. And if you don't get in, maybe try next year, maybe try another option. But
just don't give up if that's what you really want to do. Do you want to?
Fourth tip is, okay, so we touched on this earlier, but I just wanted to say it again because it's really important. Cater your program to fit you, not the other way around. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say I'm like, okay, computer science. Let me just think about computer science. I did badly in coding in high school, and I didn't learn coding in undergrad, and I don't really have a background in that. My internships weren't like that, and my interests are not that. So if you had this epiphany and you're like, okay, computer science is where I'm gonna go for it. But if you're just like, I don't know, let me just try it, that's not how you should approach grad school. So what I meant by cater your program,
something you want to try.
So why I said cater your program to fit yourself is that go to a program that sounds like it's made for you, unless you already have your mindset that I'm gonna do like computer science or I'm gonna do something. If you're just like trying to find a program, excel in life, kind of move forward, then choose something that sounds kind of like you, because then you'll actually get into a good program, and you'll be somewhat passionate, and it'll make sense to your life, Say that, during those gap years, when you're taking some time off before grad school, you do like change your entire mind. Like before you're doing econ and now you do like fashion, you're suddenly interested in fashion. You should kind of like do it so that like you can use your life experiences, use your internship, use your passion, use your everything, background, and prove to them that why you're interested in fashion, right? Like it just has to make sense.
It has to make sense.
Like cater that program so it like makes sense, and like explain why all those things you've done leads up to you applying for that grad school or that program.
That's
so
really good.
And my fifth and most important one, I think this is the most important for people who are maybe like have this problem. So if you have a low GPA, right? So in undergrad, I was a very average student. I was not like overachiever. I wasn't getting the best grades, and that's because I found the secret, and this is a secret, that C's get degrees. That's like this term that people use in college.
Oh, C's get degrees. So
as long as you get a
struggle.
C, you'll get a degree.
You get a degree. Oh my god.
So obviously if you're in medicine,
don't do that.
If you're like in medicine or engineering or somewhere where grades will matter and they will check your GPA, when you apply for a job or grad school, then don't listen to this advice. But if you were like in kind of my boat where you didn't like really push for grades and stuff, which I recommend that you do, I just didn't do it because I found like a loophole and I was like, it's okay, like I can still get away with it. But anyways, so if you're a student like that, what you should do to get into grad school, I have 4 tips. Like tips within the tips. So A is that use your life experiences to the fullest. Like this is something that you've already lived through, right? So really maximize on that, because for me, it was just a coincidence and like it made sense that the program I was doing like actually required someone who lived in different places and who moved around a lot and who like saw like different lifestyles and how different cultures work and intercultural relations, everything, intercultural communication. So use your life experiences. That will usually help you, because even if you were a kid, you probably learn something that is affecting you now, that you can use now and be like,
that is
these
not
are the
applicable to the culture you're coming into. So that diversity too is something that they're looking for too.
They always look for students who are able to communicate well and talk to people from different countries and different cultures and all that stuff. So use your life experiences. Don't look back and be like, oh, that was when I was a kid. Like use that and be like, it did change you, even if you don't know. It's important to like reflect on it and check your privilege and be like, this is the difference, this is why things are like the way they are, So life experience is number 1. B is extracurricular activities. If you're like a C student like me, not all C's, but like if your GPA isn't that high, extracurricular, usually kids with like not the best grades usually do a lot of other things in school, is what I've found. So I use that to my advantage, whether it's sports, whether it's clubs, whether it's leadership programs, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they just don't want to see one person that is good at coding,
really smart,
or one person that is good at reading. No, they want to see like this being that is good at all round. Like you're a leader, you're a team player, you can collaborate, you can interact with people from diverse background, like different things. So just use all your life experiences to your advantage.
Yep, 100%. And then the last one, the third one, C, is internships, right?
Okay.
So we've heard this from the beginning, like internships are important, you should do internships, but like I actually didn't do too many. I did good amount, but internships is important because it's not just if they pay you or if they don't pay you, or if the name is a big name or not a big name. You learn little things like how do these, my bosses, my mentors, how did they get here? And then my last tip for this fifth point is passion.
Okay.
I already mentioned this earlier, but they can tell if you're passionate or not. This happened to be actually something I'm actually passionate for. So it all worked out in the end, like my experiences, this, that, the program, it all like worked out. But just go after something you're actually passionate about, because you'll have an easier time talking about it, answering questions. If they ask you what are you planning to do with this, you know what to do. Like are you willing to go anywhere they send you? You know, like whatever the job or the grad school offers you, are you going to be able to make something out of it? And like if you have passion, then you can, you know, because it'll make it things easier. So definitely choose something you're passionate about.
So I'm happy that you all have heard from Sam. So that is really, really amazing. Let us know what you think about this video. Drop your comments in the comment section. Sam will be there replying your comments. If you want to ask her questions, if you want to congratulate her for being the latest graduate student, go ahead and do that in the comment section. If you're anywhere in Atlanta, hit her up. She's gonna
need friends.
She needs friends. If you're in Atlanta, hit her up. You all can be buddies, study buddies, you know, but but seriously, I'm happy she's able to share this experience with everybody, and anybody out there, people out there, if you want to do this, you've learned from her tips and her processes, try. We know that it's hard to start, but just start, and by watching videos, doing the things that you're supposed to do, it's all gonna fall into place. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helps some people at least, because like she said, it's really hard to just start and get your head wrapped around the fact of grad school, because we've already been in school for 18 years.
I know, but but it never hurts to do more school. That's the truth.
Just keep moving forward.
Yeah, just keep moving forward. So thank you guys for watching, and if you've not subscribed and you made it to this point, what are you waiting for? Please please guys, hit that subscribe button, and let's grow this family. And like the video, share with everybody that you want to share with me. Let people learn, because we need to keep learning every day. So do not forget that I love you so much, and I know she loves you too, right?
Love my subscribers. I do. All of you.
We love you all. So until next time, bye guys. Bye.